There are a number of ways that pay-as-you-throw programs work. They work through a can program. You get different sizes of cans, and you pay a higher bill the larger garbage can that you select. You can also pay for trash through paying for a bag, and everything that goes in that bag can be disposed of, and the price of that bag includes the cost of disposal and collection. There are similar programs with tags and stickers and a hybrid program. We also proposed a weight-based program we called Garbage by the Pound, and that technology was recently adopted by Recycle Bank in a different guise. There are pros and cons with each of the systems: variable can, bags, tags, hybrid, etc. And there are pros and cons, and that's why they're all operating somewhere in the U.S. We find that the variable can programs are the most commonly ones that are being adopted because of the spread of automated collection. Automated collection fits really well with cans. Programs have grown dramatically. As you can see, in the late 80s, there were probably 100 programs, and we've done the count nationwide ever since, and the latest count in 2006 was 7,100 programs, and you'll find that data on EPA's website as well. We did that count, and next slide shows you that they're distributed in different places in the U.S. with clusters in the West, clusters in the Midwest, and the Northeast. There are a number of programs right here in Florida as well, and you'll see that you aren't white, you are rather colored a bit. What's really important is that based on our inventory of more than 7,100 programs, we've identified programs that fit all kinds of different special criteria. Every town is special. Well, every town that's special has a number of communities around that have some of those same special characteristics. Large communities, rural communities, tourist communities, isolated island communities, et cetera, et cetera. And we've got implementation and design information on all those kinds of programs around the U.S. and even in Canada that give some real tips about how to make these programs work especially well. There are two key ways of getting pay-as-you-throw in place. One is a number of states have established it mandatory at the state level. That's something that takes a while to get in place, and there are pros and cons to it. The next thing is you can either do ordinance or contracts or franchises with haulers, or you can do requirements of pay-as-you-throw through ordinance. There are pros and cons of each. If you're going to do it through contracts or franchises with haulers, then you have greater control. You have a lower price because you've got great economies of scale because everyone's being provided service by one person. You've got fewer trucks going up and down the street, and then you've got less wear and tear on the streets. But the big negative is you're taking business from some haulers, and that causes some political issues. We've had lots of postcard, things happen in some communities that try to do that. So if you're looking for an option that provides you many of the pay-as-you-throw advantages and the incentives, but with lower political issue, and you're also still dealing with a free market and you've got a level playing field for haulers, you can do it through an ordinance. The key features of that ordinance should be that all haulers must be covered by it. You require recycling, and you require that recycling be paid through an embedded fee as part of the trash bill, that you require a minimum size for the pay-as-you-throw containers, and that you require a significant variation in rates, as well as some things like reporting, education, rights to audit, that sort of thing. That's something that a city can put in, a county can put in, either a town, whatever, can put in with the stroke of a pen. And it's one of the fastest ways to get pay-as-you-throw in place. It's very doable at a local level, and we have lots of sample ordinances from all around the country. Pay-as-you-throw tips and concerns. Technical issues are never the problem. And doing a pilot or a phase-in is a really good way to address it. Politics and political will is generally a stumbling block, and there are lots of suggestions for communities on how to get that to move forward. Public process and public education is really key. Every town we talk to, not one of them wishes they had done less education. Key from pay-as-you-throw is there's strong diversion, low cost, speedy to implement, very favorable attitudes, great environmental benefits, and retention because people remember this new behavior every time they get a bill. It's not like an education program where it starts to wear off. They get reminded every month or every quarter or however often they're billed. The negatives are manageable if you desire, if you're really trying to move forward. There's nothing that hasn't been addressed somewhere. They're tested and flexible in 7,100 towns around the U.S., and we've worked with communities in Florida like Gainesville and Alachua County and others, and it's a very workable program in all kinds of places. It encourages all types of diversion, not just recycling, and it works with the programs and education that's probably in place already and doable in the state level or the local level. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Really bad because I have no time for questions for anybody. But again, we've got I'll be handing out the contact info. There's her contact info down at the bottom corner. Thank you very much, Lisa.
We at Glee hope you enjoyed this presentation made possible by donations from Glee supporters like you. To learn more about Glee's mission, programs, and needs, please visit www.keysglee.com. As always, we challenge you to get educated, get involved, and get invested. Living within 3 feet of sea level, if we don't try to make a difference, why should anyone else?